Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Admiral Markets webinar, New Principles on Range Bar Trading. My name is Nenad, and now we have the sound, so everything is fine. So guys, I'm very glad that you're here with me, and today we will talk about new principles, especially how to actually manage correct pip number within the range bar. So stay tuned, and you will learn a new principle how to trade with range bars. I think that you might like this, okay? So for all of you range bar lovers here, let's start with webinar. Risk disclaimer explains that CFD and Forex trading are leveraged products and can result in losses that exceed your deposits. They may not be suitable for everyone. So this presentation is for informational and educational purposes only. To get a corresponding information on charting conditions and any other detail, you should visit admiralmarketsglobal.com, select your country of residence, and contact an appropriate entity. This video is part of the globaluse.com website. So my name is Nenad, and this is today's agenda. Range bars concept, measurement, tools, and new ideas. That is what we will be covering today. First, a slight introduction to range bars. Well, I personally, of course, I haven't developed the range bars myself, so those bars were developed by a trader named Vicente Nicolelis in the mid-1990s. By actually developing range bars, he wanted to exploit volatility to his advantage. The main advantage to range bars over traditional principle is that range bars take only price into consideration and volatility. When volatility is high, more bars will be printed out. But conversely, when volatility is low, less bars will be printed out. So you need to know that this is a completely different dimension than price action, indicator price action combination, harmonic patterns. So range bar concept is completely different. Usually when traders determine what kind of dimension they want to belong to, they need to choose. Well, from time to time you can actually switch, okay, from a dimension from, let's say, indicator trading towards price action, jumping into maybe range bars, because to be honest, range bars are actually they need some time to actually fit in your own mind and psychology. It's not that easy. It's a bit more easy when you switch from a indicator-based system to, let's say, price action in that form. Range bars is something in between. And it also needs some indicators to use, because trading by purely range bars, I personally don't recommend. There should be some indicators that give and provide additional filters. Yeah. So let me just type. I have the answer. I have the question, so I will answer it. Okay. So each range bar must have a high-low range that equals the specified range. That is the primary rule for a range bar to be printed out. Each range bar must open outside the high-low range of the previous bar. And each range bar must close at either its high or its low. Okay? So range bars are very unique in its current form, because they will definitely provide you with some concepts that are unknown to most people, especially because range bars can be used for scalping very efficiently. This is the difference between 5-minute euro-dollar chart and 4-pip range bar chart. You can notice the difference by comparing these two charts on a single and simple time scale. So every 5 minutes a new candlestick will be printed out on euro-dollar here. But here, time does not matter. Time is not important in range bar trading. You can see here that every single time euro-dollar prints out 4 pips, the chart will show a range bar. We don't know and we are not interested what is the time scale of our chart. Maybe this whole session of range bars is printed out in maybe 10 minutes or maybe it took hours. So the only thing is price. Whenever price makes 4 pips, it starts a new bar. So I think this is pretty much easy to comprehend, and if you have ever heard something about range bars and tried it, you should have known this by now. But for all new traders, I'm showing you now interesting thing, how you can differentiate between candlesticks and range bars no matter the time frame. So remember, the primary thing, range bars simply do not recognize the time dimension. Zaman is saying, is it similar to Renko? Yes, it's similar, but the main difference is you have wicks here. Renko does not use wicks. Now there are some indicators that allow Renko to use wicks, but in its form it's pretty much similar. If you ask me what I like the better, is it Renko or range bars? I prefer range bars. So let's quit our theoretical part, because I've already covered range bars in multiple sessions and you can find it in YouTube. Now let's see the practical part, guys. Let's see how you can use all of these information that I've been telling you. That is now the most important part. Okay, now bear with me. This is important. The first thing that I will be showing you is how to determine the proper range bar number of pips. How do you know if euro-dollar should use 4 pip or 6 pip or 10 pip or 2 pip range bar, right? Because usually traders will go with standard rule for scalping, 3-4 pips for intra, weak swings 15-20 pips. I personally don't know if that can be so successful. I mean, I have developed a price, it's called FRB Pro system. You can find it also on the internet. I did 2 webinars for that system, and it's meant for euro-dollar trading. So it's meant to be traded by range bar traders only for euro-dollar, mostly for major pairs. But sometimes, guys, you want to try to trade something different. Maybe you want to trade oil. Maybe you want to trade indices. Maybe you want to trade exotic crosses, right? So we need to know what should be the range, what should be the pip count of the range bar. Well, now you need to see this. Open your 15-minute time frame chart and put these indicators to your chart. ATR, okay, 480, and the second is moving average 128 applied to first indicator data. So first you put ATR here, and when you see ATR, you just go here to insert indicators, trend, moving average, and you drag it with holding your left mouse button. You drag it here and you enter 128, and this is important, guys. This is very important. Applied to first indicators data and press OK. When you do that, you should see this, okay? And here on your chart, it says usually 0.00 something, right? How do you calculate it? So if you see 0075, it means 7 or 8 pip range bar. I usually use 8. I don't like those numbers 5, 7, 9. I mean, it's okay to use it, but I personally like to see 8 if I see 7.5. Now if I would see 7.2, I would say, if I saw 7.2, I would probably use 7. But if I see 7.5, I will definitely use 8. So this should be done usually each day or at least once per week, because the range will change, guys. The range is not always the same. It will not be changed so often, but it will be changed in one time. So that is how you determine. So for our Australian dollar, it's right 8, okay? Now for dollar CAD, it's 9. You see 9.3, so it's 9. For ODN, it's 9.8, so it's 10. You see here, it's 10. Okay? For Euro Yen, it's 12, guys. 11.9, it's 12. For Pound Yen, it's 20, guys. Okay, 19, but we can round it up on 20. Ilya is saying, hi, Nenad, how are you? Is this recorded? I'm late. Yes. Ilya, definitely. Yes, I'm explaining how to determine proper range bar pip count. So see, guys, it's different. So if you want to see other instruments, you can use gold. You see 1.95. So what will you use here? You would use 20. Oil. It's for oil, you use 17. Okay, because you see it's different. Decimals are different. For DAX index, you use 11. For, let's say, ASX 200 Australian, you use 5. For Nikkei, 22. You see how different it is. For Euro dollar, it's 9. For dollar Swissy, 8. For pound dollar, 12. Now, you see how this concept actually allows you to use different range bar candles. Range bar candles, it's paradox, right? It's not range bar candles, it's range bars. So to be able to use it, you need to have an indicator that will give you the option to put in correct number. For that reason, guys, I will show you now. I have a Range Bars Expert Advisor. It's called Range Bars Expert Advisor Mirror, and I found it on Forex Factory back, like, I don't know, like couple of years. So let's say that you want to use it on oil, right? So what did we say, guys? First, you need to determine what is a correct range bar pip count. So let's find oil. So it's 17, right? 16, 17. We can use, okay, we will use 17. So here you open 1 minute. You need to use 1 minute chart, guys. Don't forget, 1 minute chart. And you left click and drag the indicator, the expert advisor here. Mind you, however, that auto trading should be green. It should work. It should be working here because this is very, very important. Without it, you won't be able to run an expert advisor. Okay, so it's important, guys. Now what you do, you need to fill this important data here. Okay, so you need to fill the important data so range bars will actually be functional. Here you see bars range was 17. I usually put the same bars range with the time frame. This time frame is not the actual time frame. It simply gives you the name for that chart. So if we put WTI with 17, you will see in offline WTIM17. So this is just used to easier locate your range bars offline chart, because range bars, guys, are not online charts. Range bars are offline charts. Remember that. That's very important. So range bars are offline charts. You can put maximum bars to 10,000, and here if you want to see gaps, you can leave for true, 5-digit broker, of course Admiral Markets. Everything is the same, and you press OK. Now you can wait a little bit, guys. You need to wait for range bars to load. I usually cycle between home and end buttons on my keyboard. So actually I'm trying to, you see, I'm trying to load it up a little bit. So I'm pressing home rapidly, then I'm pressing end, then I'm pressing home rapidly, then I'm pressing end, because I want to load. See now, guys, I'm pressing home, see, and I'm pressing end, then I'm pressing home again, and end again, because offline charts need to be loaded. Then we go to File, Open Offline, and we need to find WTI M17. Okay, so let's scroll down. WTI M17. You see, guys, this is it. Because we put the name here. When it asked me for a time frame, I said 17. So once more, don't be confused. It's not the time frame. It's just a reference within the indicator that gives you the option to easily remember your range bar pip count. So 17, 17. Okay? This is your chart. Now you can apply the template, guys. Okay, you can apply the template. This is my standard template. I like these colors. You can see this. Properties, this is what I prefer on my chart. I don't like particularly very colorful charts because everything what I do really, I've always been a professional. So I mean, I might be a little bit picky, right? But I personally think that blue and red candlesticks look a little bit noobish to me. If you will pardon me, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. When you become experienced trader, you would probably prefer simple, as much as simple as it can be. Even my charts are that simple. You see, I use these colors for my Camarilla MACD, and this is my blank template. And my blank template uses these settings. It looks more professional to me. Now, this could be just a personal preference, but definitely it's, I mean, in my opinion, it looks a little bit more professional to use simple colors such as these ones. So this is your offline chart, and you see every single of these bars have 17 pips inside it, guys. You see high 48.55, low 48.38. So 17 pips inside the bar. Whenever it breaks that range, a new bar will start to be printed out. When it prints, for example, this candle, when it prints 17, it will be drawn on your chart. Okay, let's use another example. Let's see, for example, Australian dollar. It says 7.5, so I would say 8. 8 pips range bar for Australian dollar. We go to Australian dollar and place it like this. And I would place 8 and of course the same number here, 8. And I would change this to 10,000. Okay? And press OK. Then now I will press home and end. I want to rapidly load the chart up because it will take time for range bars to load and sometimes you won't be seeing a good range bar chart. So I'm alternating between home, okay, it can go below 3rd of August and here. I think this should be enough. So we go to File, Open Offline, and now we look for Australian dollar M8. M8, okay, here, M8. See? This is it. Now we just apply our template, that is blank main template, and we have 8 pip range bar on Australian dollar. Watch this window here at the bottom left. What does it say? High 74.43, low 74.35. See? High 73.91, low 73.83. So when it makes another pip above this or below this, it will close this range bar and it will start printing new range bar. Let's use one more example, guys, and then I will show you next. I will show you what you can do. I mean, that is just a concept, but you can maybe develop the concept that it suits you. Okay? Let me show you, guys. You can go to, let's use, for example, Swiss yen. Okay, Swiss. Okay, no, we don't need to use it. DAX. Okay, we have DAX here, right? DAX, index. Okay. What does it say? 11, right? 11 pips. The question Zaman is asking, once we have offline chart, do we need to close the online chart? No, you should never ever close. I mean, maybe it will work sometimes, but what I have tested, I always leave, at least for this indicator, I always leave online chart running. Because you need to apply it on 1 minute. Maybe there are some other indicators that you can pay for, but guys, this is free indicator. So I will send it to you if you need it. Just send me an email. I will send it to you. So let's use it like this. DAX 1 minute, okay? So we have determined that 11 pip bar is actually our count, range bar count for DAX. We go to DAX, we left click, we hold left click mouse button and drag it to the window, and we enter 11, and here we enter 11. For this we place 10,000 and OK. Now I will alternate between home and end on my keyboard. I want to actually load up a little bit of data because offline charts need data as the source that they can draw from. Okay, so home end, it's OK, file, open offline, and now we want to locate DAX M11. Let's see where it is. It should be okay. It has a hyphenation. Yeah, here. DAX M11. Wow, 27,479 bars. Guys, this is huge. This is really huge. I mean, okay, now let's apply the template. Here it is, guys. You see how it looks? It looks very, very interesting. Now Ilya is asking, what is the advantage of the range offline chart versus typical time-based or Heiken Ashi? Well, I can say I want to show you how you can use Heiken Ashi, guys, with range bars. The biggest advantage for me is actually range bars have those wicks. I prefer to see wicks. You know what I say, sometimes wicks are more important than bodies. We will have a part 2 series on this webinar next month. So I will show you also how you can use wicks. But at this point I will use you how you can use Heiken Ashi. So in order to apply Heiken Ashi, you need to have a Heiken Ashi indicator, guys, okay? You need to have Heiken Ashi. If you don't have a Heiken Ashi or you cannot locate it, whatever, as always, guys, just send me an email. Okay, here I have a Heiken Ashi indicator and I will apply it now. Usually you will see a little bit messed up chart like this. And you probably don't know what to do if you're a novice trader. If you see it like this, this is not okay. So first of all, you need to go here. Make it a line chart. See, now you have Heiken Ashi and range bars. But you also have this line. In order to remove this price line, go to properties and instead of line graph, make it to none. And now you have a clean Heiken Ashi range bar chart. Now what I would like to add here is few indicators. Let's say I prefer moving average, 12 exponential, and I also prefer 36 moving average. We can make it blue, it doesn't matter the color. I mean, you can make whatever other number you want to have. You can make 5, 13, you can make 34, 55, okay? Let's use, let's say also what I created on my 5-minute MACD system, 34, 55. And now, guys, you can see the trend actually. So you see, when you have range bars, maybe it will be slightly easier for you to apply the correct information and knowledge on your trading routine. I usually use combination of two moving averages in the form of trend hints. When I see that one moving average is above other moving average, I might assume that the trend is either to the upside or to the downside. When moving averages are flat, it means the price is ranging and there is no trend, okay? Leon is asking, hi Nenad, what is a good moving average to use with T89? Well, Leon, T89 is EMA 89. So it's exponential moving average 89. Thus the name T89. I created EMA 89 and I applied pin bar and I got T89 pattern. Simple as that. For this, you can use whatever moving average you see fit. For next webinar on this concept, we will use different combinations and I will show you how you can trade with this concept. But for this webinar, it's enough to say that you can experiment with different combinations. But overall, guys, try to apply Heikin Ashi to your range bars. You will see interesting concept, I believe, that might make you actually delve into this range bar science even deeper. Ilya is asking me, do you have the rules when to use price action and T89 versus Heikin Ashi versus range bars? No. Ilya, I personally have been studying Forex market really for a lot of time. Now it's almost like 8-9 years. And 9 years, yeah. And I've been really into a lot of things concerning Forex market. I know a lot of things about price action, indicators, because that is what I also did in order to create something that can give you a profit. I like price action. That is my favorite tool. But being your educator and mentor, I feel obliged to also tell you some other things that you might like. Not all guys, not all people like to trade price action. Most of the people prefer, I know that you like me because I give you pre-fact analysis. I give you almost like signals within the analysis, where price could go, where is the POC zone, right? And I know that that is what you prefer. But not all people want to trade price action. Because of that, we need to combine other knowledge. Price action is very profitable if you know how to do it. But it's not the only thing, guys, that is profitable. Now I'm giving you the idea, maybe the concept for something that can be profitable. So we can always decide to trade how I do. For example, you will see that, guys, I mean, you probably know that, but how I do it. If I spot a good POC zone, I wait for a retracement and I enter the market. If I'm late in the trade and there is no, and I see that my POC zone, or at least 5 pips close to my POC zone, if it won't be hit, then I will go to scalping and I will apply scalping instead of intraday positional trade. If I miss a scalping setup, then I might go for a breakout setup. And sometimes if I missed everything, I might do a counter trend trade. But usually, guys, you cannot say I will just trade one thing and that's enough. Because sometimes you will be missing good position because you came up late, or you cannot stare the whole day on your chart. Then what you can do is you can use scalping. And instead of grabbing 50 pips, you can grab 15 pips. And you will still be good. Or you can wait for a breakout. So the primary rule, Ilya, and the answer to your question is, I alternate between strategies. I use my own POC. What I analyze, I also trade. But if I miss it because of some other reason, I might zoom into a lower time frame and then try to search for scalping opportunities. Here, guys, you see, this is interesting concept, because when you see that blue is 34 EMA, red is 34 EMA, blue is 55. And you see how the price respects these moving averages. When there is a strong trend, guys, watch this. If it's a strong trend, watch this. Huge amount of pips. Huge amount of pips. Same for currency markets, guys. Okay, let's save this template. Because we will be using that next time. Okay, WTI. Okay, where it is now, I missed it, wait. It's WTI probably here. Yeah. So let's save the template. Let's call it RBHA. RBHA. So now we have a template for this. Okay, so here, for example, Australian dollar, we can also apply RBHA template, range bar template with Heikin Ashi. Here it is. You see, guys, how price respects moving average. From this spot to this spot, 100 pips, guys. Probably on price action chart, I mean on price action, this with probably, I'm sure, not probably, but I'm sure it will look different. But watch how it's smooth on range bars, especially when you combine it with Renko with Heikin Ashi, because Heikin Ashi is color coded. We can draw some conclusions how we can use this for a potential trade and trading system. That is what we will do next time. For this session, it's more than enough the information that you have now. One more, guys, one more suggestion before we start with questions. If you have any questions, guys, of course, go ahead and ask me. Don't forget to use this. I also saved a template. So you can also, I advise you to save the template for range bar calculation. Okay, for range bar calculation, you need to have a template, so it will be easier for you just to alternate between currencies and whatever markets you want to trade. This is important number, and I advise you once per week, just take a look into it and change your range bar chart if needed. So I advise you to go to template and save this template. Whatever you want, call it range bar calculation. Whatever is easier for you guys. Yeah, so definitely go for it. So if you have any questions, ask me. I think, yeah, I already answered. Once we have offline chart, do we need to close the online chart? Yes. No, don't close your online chart. So it needs to be run on 1 minute chart. Some, as I say, this is free range bars indicator. But somewhere on the internet, I saw some websites selling different range bar indicators. Probably if you buy it, you will not need to run an online chart. But for this indicator, just send me an email. I will send it to you. It's free, and it needs to be run on online chart. And yeah, this is the template. I mean, it's easy. It's 34 moving average 55. That is taken from my 5-minute scalping. I know that this combination is good, so that is why I applied it here. And we can actually start on trading ideas and trading system based on this concept next time. Okay, I don't see any further questions. Thank you guys for listening to me. Ilya is saying thanks. Bernard is saying very helpful, thank you. Okay guys, you're very welcome. So I expect you soon. Zaman, okay. Zaman is asking when to buy and sell, take profit and loss. Zaman, that will be explained next time. This is not a trading system. This is just a concept for a potential trading system that we will discuss next class. That should be probably, yeah, it will be actually during December. Okay guys, thank you for listening. I wish you a great day ahead. If you need this indicator and expert advisor, just send an email to me and I will send it over. I wish you a great day and night, and talk soon. Cheers everyone. Trade safe.